Aloha, this is lesson 160 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. Fear is a stranger to the ways of love. Identify with fear and you will be a stranger to yourself. And thus you are unknown to you. What is yourself remains an alien to the part of you which thinks that it is real, but different from yourself. Who could be sane in such a circumstance? Who but a madman could believe he is what he is not and judge against himself? There is a stranger in our midst who comes from an idea so foreign to the truth he speaks a different language, looks upon a world truth does not know, and understands what truth regards as senseless. Stranger yet, he does not recognize to whom he comes, and yet maintains his home belongs to him. Well, he is alien now who is at home. And yet, how easy it would be to say, quote, "This is my home. Here I belong, and will not leave because a madman says I must," end quote. What reason is there for not saying this? What could the reason be except that you had asked this stranger in to take your place and let you be a stranger to yourself? No one would let himself be dispossessed so needlessly unless he thought there were another home more suited to his taste. Who is the stranger? Is it fear or you who are unsuited to the home which God provided for his Son? Is fear his own, created in his likeness? Is it fear that love completes and is completed by? There is no home can shelter love and fear. They cannot coexist. If you are real, then fear must be illusion. And if fear is real, then you do not exist at all. How simply then the question is resolved. Who fears has but denied himself and said, quote, "I am the stranger here, and so I leave my home to one more like me than myself, and give him all I thought belonged to me," end quote. Now is he exiled of necessity, not knowing who he is, uncertain of all things but this, that he is not himself, and that his home has been denied to him. What does he search for now? What can he find? A stranger to himself can find no home, wherever he may look, for he has made return impossible. His way is lost, except a miracle will search him out and show him that he is no stranger now. The miracle will come, for in his home his capital S self remains. It asked no stranger in, and took no alien thought to be itself, and it will call its own unto itself, in recognition of what is its own. Who is the stranger? Is he not the one yourself calls not? You are unable now to recognize this stranger in your midst, for you have given him your rightful place. Yet is yourself as certain of its own as God is of his Son. He cannot be confused about creation. He is sure of what belongs to him. No stranger can be interposed between his knowledge and his Son's reality. He does not know of strangers. He is certain of his Son. God's certainty suffices. Whom he knows to be his Son belongs where he has set his Son forever. He has answered you who ask, quote, "Who is the stranger?" End quote. Hear his voice assure you, quietly and sure, that you are not a stranger to your Father, nor is your Creator stranger made to you. Whom God has joined remain forever one, at home in him, no stranger to himself. Today we offer thanks that Christ has come to search the world for what belongs to him. His vision sees no strangers, but beholds his own, and joyously unites with them. They see him as a stranger, for they do not recognize themselves. Yet as they give him welcome, they remember, and he leads them gently home again, where they belong. Not one does Christ forget, not one he fails to give you to remember, that your home may be complete and perfect as it was established. He has not forgotten you, but you will not remember him until you look on all as he does. Who denies his brother is denying him, and thus refusing to accept the gift of sight by which his self is clearly recognized, his home remembered, and salvation come. I am at home. Fear is the stranger here. So this fear, every time fear comes up, and that's any manifestation, feeling manifestation that's less than gratitude. That you can consider that's a fear manifestation. It's saying that that something real can be threatened. Because basically, you gave the ego your place. You know, there's one part where it says he's more like me than myself. There's the idea that the ego is more like us, like we should just trust the ego and leave our home to the ego. When we leave our home to the ego, the home looks terrible. Looks like a mean, greedy, sick place.
More of the same for tomorrow.
Yes, and it makes a future just like the past. What we're perceiving now, any upset feeling is past thoughts. In the present moment, in the now, you could say this holy instant, there's no room for any upset feeling. It's always past. Mind is preoccupied with the past. And to believe in a fearful thought is to project a future just like the past. So I like this question too. It's like, who but a madman could believe he is what he is not and judge against himself? That's not you. You are not that madman. So that's why it's like, why wouldn't you just say, this is my home, like I'm at home, here's where I belong, and will not leave because a madman says I must.
So the madman's always talking first.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're getting two radio signals.
That's right.
One from God through the Holy Spirit, and one from the ego that's separated from God.
Yes.
So you just got to be careful of what you're listening to and expressing from.
Yeah, and you can look at this too. The ego isn't really separate from God. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't even exist.
It's a playground.
Yeah. And so what we're perceiving on the screen of consciousness is like it's on a screen. It's all being guided by the Holy Spirit. So every body and everything and every circumstance is just being arranged for us. And it's arranged so that we could do our purification, which is the reason we made these lifespans up. But they're made up. We're coming from outside of these lifespans. We're not in them. We're not on a timeline. We're not in time. You know, and it asks, what reason is there for saying this? What reason is there for not saying that this is my home? Here's where I belong. I'm not going to leave.
That's a good mantra when you feel that fear sense in the body.
Right. And this is not to judge yourself, of course, because it's just to clue you in the moment, like give you a concept that you can rely on in the moment. And this stuff just sinks in. You don't have to try hard to hold on to anything. Just rest and let this stuff sink in. And you're going to notice that in the moment where you have some kind of triggers, like I am listening to a madman right now. That's how I'm holding this trigger. That's how I'm holding this upset feeling. That's how you do it. So I like over here too where it says, is fear his own, created in his likeness? No. That's not there. It really doesn't exist, like the ego doesn't exist. It's just choosing to listen to thoughts that would justify it. Those thoughts don't exist either. So it's a dream. It's very dreamlike. You can't have love and fear. They're not coexisting. It's like I have to be a stranger to myself to believe in a thought that projects fear. I have to make myself a stranger. I have to be the one exiled, because all I'm made in love. And if love and fear can't coexist, I must be the stranger. That's why it feels so upsetting to have that perception, because you want to know. You want to know that having that perception, thinking those thoughts are not serving you. They're not really serving you. It seems like those fearful thoughts are necessary for protection. That's how the ego looks at it. So it's like as if nothing can. There's nothing but fear to use as a shield, like a shield against the world. Now look, we invented locks on doors, like that. That's all out of believing that there's a threat, that there's a real threat, and because of that, because we're constantly protecting ourselves more and more, we're manufacturing more threats. So this is
and keeping ourselves out of heaven.
Right, just holding ourselves out of heaven. So once you see and you start allowing yourself to, taste that bliss of heaven, it's like other people just naturally learn from that. They naturally see you being in peace all the time and being in joy, and being kind. That's just like a natural. It's like when you're allowing all this kindness for yourself, you're not listening to a voice that says that you are not who you are anymore. You just won't listen to that voice. And that doesn't mean that you're angry at it. Like you may even have people coming up to you in the field. Like I seem to just have a perception the other day that someone was trying to convince me that something's wrong with me. And I just kept on letting him know, thank you. And, I appreciate what you're sharing. I appreciate you. And I'm just resting in the truth right now. And I'm really feeling blissful here, it took about a couple different exchanges where, he kept on trying to convince me, no, something's wrong with me and I need to be fixed. And, I just know that voice, so I don't become defensive with them or anything. I just, keep on responding back with courtesy and also with a certainty that all is well, right? I know if I become defensive, that is right there a demonstration that I believe all is not well. And I don't count that as a bad thing. That if that was coming up, then that would just be something that I want to see. It doesn't really matter either way. Of course, my goal is to see it clearly, but whatever's manifesting is the means to seeing and seeing and seeing and seeing. So that's why I don't mind which way it goes.
A lot of it's automatic, just conditioned feeling that your mind, like maybe you wake up in the morning, you just feel like you're in fear for some reason. You just feel it in the body sense.
That's right.
So that's a good thing because you want to subtly let that away from your body sense. By usually, God is not fear, God is love, some kind of mantra.
Well, this one right here,
It's
this
perfect.
particular
That's a
lesson,
great
I
one.
am at
It
home.
is.
Fear is the stranger here.
Right. So we just want to subtly talk to that fear and let it release from the body.
Okay, so you can go like this. I wouldn't say talking to the fear because it doesn't exist.
In your mind.
Right? But because the fear actually doesn't exist. It's just a matter of noticing that is the voice for fear. There's
Right.
no need to have a conversation with something that doesn't exist, right?
Through a mantra.
Yeah, so it's like it's like that thought is not meaningful,
Right.
right? A thought that's not meaningful is just allowed to pass by,
Right.
right? And whatever feelings it arise with it, they're also allowed to just pass by as well. So if fear is a stranger here, then I can always come right back to love. And if I take any time to come back, apparent time to come back to love, that's okay. Just knowing this in my mind, having practiced it, when I find myself, or when I have found myself past, because I don't know what's going to occur next, when I have found myself in a fearful state, having this practice and knowing this practice allows me to be in a fearful state without a sense like it's a bad thing. That really changes it. It's like it allows the love to shine it away. It allows the light in. And then clarity, true clarity comes, not just feeling better about what happened or something. It's not like that. True clarity comes where I see my patterns, where I see how I set it up and played it out, and then that gets purified in me. That's really the way to keep on having happier and happier days, happier and happier perceptions.
It's kind of like if you don't have a gratefulness for it, then it'll persist.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ingratitude definitely projects it forward. So Christ hasn't forgotten anyone. And this is to help you see as Christ, because it's through your apparent presence here as a body that Christ's message and Christ's vision and Christ's comfort gets extended to everyone who's apparently lost. No one's really lost, yet we have projected this in this way that has made it to where we all need help from seeming outside of ourselves because we believe so hard that we are separate. It's really coming from us, but from this perceiving, we need help. And when we ask for it truly, it's given. And the more you allow yourself to be helped, the more helpful you are. And the more you allow yourself the relaxation and luxury of practicing A Course in Miracles, the more you're going to be blessed, feeling blessed, and blessing the world. So 5 minutes to however long you want in the AM and another 5 in the PM, or however long you want. Minimum of 5. Lesson 160, I am at home. Fear is a stranger here. And as much as you can throughout the day, let this be in the back of your mind. And of course, anytime there's any kind of fear about anything that's occurring in the world, that's the only way it ever is. It seems to be it's about something in the world. Know that it's not about anything in the world. It's because it's projected out of habit. And it is a stranger. Stay at home all day. Yay. Have a beautiful practice. I love you.